Welcome back to Designs by Shy. So today is lesson 4, and it is the most important lesson of all. It is the most vital part of your Cricut machine. We're going to be talking about vinyl, but it's just going to be an introduction to vinyl because there are so many things to go over when it comes to vinyls and all the different types of vinyl. So we're going to do an introduction to vinyl. I'm going to teach you the different types of vinyl. I'm going to show you the different cutting settings to each vinyl and the different transfer tapes you will need for each vinyl. Now, after this lesson, we will go into details for each vinyl. I will do a removable vinyl video, a permanent vinyl video, and a heat transfer vinyl video. So you do not want to miss that. This is going to be what, a four-part lesson, but this is just lesson 4, part 1, introduction to vinyl. But it is some very good information in this that you are going to want to write down, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into the video, I just want to say, if you have not went and subscribed to my personal YouTube channel, please go and do so right now. Pause this video, go subscribe, 30 Shades of Shy, and I'll be here waiting for you to come back. Go ahead, go take care of that. The YouTube channel is my personal channel. It's the real deal me. It's not the Designs by Shy professional side of me. I'm going to do different story times. I'm going to start my podcast on that channel. I have a lot of things coming. It's going to be very interesting and very funny, if you will. But yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's going to be another side of me, and it's going to be a little more entertaining and things like that. So please go and subscribe to that channel. And now let's go ahead and get right into the video, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you the different textures of the different vinyls, and you may or may not be able to tell in the video, but once you get your vinyl, and if you're following along with this video as you're touching your own vinyl, then you will be able to tell the difference. Because like now I'm to the point where I can look at each vinyl and tell the difference. Like, even though some vinyl says it on the back, like this says removable vinyl on the back. Sometimes the permanent vinyl says permanent vinyl on the back, but even like I said, even without that, I still know the difference just by looking at it. So as you can see, this is permanent vinyl, and as you can see, it has like a gloss look to it, and then this is the permanent glitter vinyl. I will say this, I can't tell the difference between permanent glitter and removable glitter just by looking at it, but I can tell with the regular vinyl. So this is the permanent, you see the little gloss to it, and then this is the removable, and it's more like a matte look or like a dull look compared to the permanent. So then your HTV or iron-on vinyl is shiny, and then it has a dull side because the shiny side is actually transfer paper. So it's a transfer sheet connected to the vinyl. So you have your, see, even with these two, this is glossy and this is shiny, but this is, you can tell there's a plastic on it compared to this side. And then your HTV vinyl, there's not a white side to it. There's just the vinyl on this side and then the clear transfer sheet on this side. And then with your permanent, it's just a glossy look with the white side on the back. And the removable is like a more matte look, and then with the white side on the back. And then this is your iron-on heat transfer vinyl, and you can tell this is heat transfer. Once again, it has that transfer paper, and then you can actually feel the actual vinyl on the back. So this is the permanent glitter, this is the iron-on glitter, and then this is the removable glitter. So you can tell the difference between the HTV vinyl versus the permanent and removable, but you can't, I can't at least, tell the difference between the permanent and the removable regular vinyl. So that is that. So transfer paper, I have some strong bond transfer paper from Cricut, and I only use this for glitter, regardless if it's permanent glitter or if it's removable glitter. This is the transfer sheet I use. And then I have some regular transfer paper I got from Amazon, and this is what I use for my regular vinyl, regardless if it's permanent or removable, that doesn't have glitter. So all glitter vinyl, no glitter vinyl. Both for permanent or removable vinyl It's just one has glitter and one doesn't have glitter. So that's the difference between these two. This stronghold will hold on to the regular vinyl, but it will be so hard to get it to actually transfer to what you're trying to put it on, because it's going to stick to this stronghold so well. That's why I only use this for glitter. And then this may or may not even pick up the glitter at all. I have such a hard time getting this to stick to anything that is glitter. So I don't even try. So like I said, I got the Strong Bond Cricut brand for my glitter vinyl, and then I got the regular transfer sheets for my regular vinyl. So now I'm going to show you the different cutting settings for each. We're just going to cut out a basic shape. You can just go get some basic shapes at Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to take you over to the Cricut machine now so we can cut these. You can see the settings, and you can see why I cut each vinyl on each setting that I cut it on. So another thing, removable vinyl is for things that you are going to want to remove later on. So wall decals, window decals even, and sometimes canvases depending on what project you're doing. Permanent vinyl is for things that you want to stay on there forever, hence the name permanent versus removable. Things like, things like glassware, car decals, and then canvases as well, depending on your project. And then heat transfer vinyl is used for anything that you are doing using an iron-on, so any type of clothing, any kind of fabric, and also canvases as well. Even shoes, you can even heat transfer onto shoes. Like I said, any type of fabric, for the most part, you can use heat transfer vinyl for. So those are the different things you can use the different vinyls for. And like I said, moving forward after this video, I will be going into detail for each vinyl and different projects you can do using those vinyls and things like that. Okay, so first thing first, you see your Cricut, you see the different cuttings. So for regular vinyl, being permanent or removable vinyl, it says vinyl, and then there's a dot in between vinyl, and that's supposed to be for like vinyl plus or vinyl glitter, regular vinyl, but that's glittery. And then you have your iron-on, and then you have the dot between the iron-on and the light cardstock, which would be iron-on plus, which is for your iron-on that is glitter. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how I cut mine. So we're going to do regular. We're going to go to regular vinyl first, and we're going to do the removable vinyl. Now your regular vinyl can go onto the light grip mat as you see. Okay, we're going to put it in there. We're going to click the C button for start. Okay, so it cut with no issue, as you can see. So now this is removable glitter. Now, you should be using a purple or green mat with this glitter, but I honestly use this light grip mat for everything. So now I'm going to show you how it cuts on vinyl plus, which is supposed to be for this type of vinyl, which is removable glitter. Alright, so cut it. And then you can weed that. Alright. So now we're going to do permanent vinyl. Once again, we're going to put it on regular vinyl, put it in, and push start. Now, permanent glitter vinyl. We're going to put that on iron-on plus. Your cut. Now we are going to do HTV vinyl. So for HTV vinyl, you do not place it down like the regular vinyl, which is being the color facing up. You place it upside down and you have the transfer sheet onto the sticky part of your mat and you cut it this way. So with that being said, you have to mirror your image in Cricut Design Space. So to mirror your image, you will go down over here, you will go to the mat you want to mirror, you will click edit, you will scroll down, and you will click mirror. Now with it being a square, you won't tell that it's mirrored, but if it was something else, you would be able to tell. So you want to mirror your images before you cut your HTV. So you're cutting your HTV backwards, so that is why you mirror it. So now we're going to put it in, and we're going to go to iron on, push it in there, and we're going to click start. So now your image is cut right there, and you would, this is the side you would place it onto your whatever fabric, and then you would iron on, or you would heat press this side, and then you would be able to peel it up, and then your cut would be stuck to whatever, and you would just peel back the plastic transfer sheet. Now same thing with your glitter iron on, you will mirror the image. Any kind of iron on, you will mirror. So just keep that in mind. Write that down. So now we're going to go to the iron on plus, and we're going to push it in there. You want to hit C for start. So now you can barely see the cut, right? So what I do is, actually, I cut it on light cardstock because it's so hard to weed when you can barely even see the cut as it is. It may not cut the exact square exactly how the first cut did it, but so press down, push it in there, click C to start. And I'm holding it down because, once again, you would use your green or your purple mat for this, but I'm just doing this video real quick, so I didn't want to change our mats. Oh, man. Even though it messed up over here on the side, you can see the cut now. So you see how it's, so it would be way easier to weed that now because you're actually able to see the cut versus iron-on plus where you can barely even see the cut, let alone weed it. So that's why I cut that on light cardstock. I actually usually cut all my glitter on light cardstock, just because it cuts deeper and it's easier to cut. But as you can see from these, cutting on regular vinyl plus did work. So only the glitter iron-on do you need to cut on light cardstock. Regular glitter you can cut on vinyl plus, and then regular vinyl you can cut on vinyl, and then regular iron-on you can cut on iron-on. So write that down, and please remember those. Those are very vital to your projects. So please write that down. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to weed out the vinyl and add it to whatever you are adding it to. So first we're going to do the removable vinyl. And as you can see, the circle is here. So I'm going to cut as close to the circle as possible so I can save as much of my vinyl as possible. I don't know what the heck just happened, why that was so hard to say, but okay. Now I'm going to take my weeding tool. So I'm going to, the part that I do not want, I'm going to bend that back a little bit so you can see this crease here, and then I'm going to stick my tool in there, maybe. And then I'm going to pull it away. So what I want to keep for my design, I keep onto the white paper. What I don't want is what I weed away. So now, this is my regular transfer paper. I'm going to get my scraper. So I just peel the transfer sheet. I lay it onto the vinyl and I scrape it to the vinyl. And I even turn it over and scrape it. Really, I'm just trying to make sure there's no air bubbles when I remove the backing of the vinyl. And now I peel the backing off of the transfer and the vinyl. Just like that. And now I will lay it onto whatever I'm transferring it to, and I would scrape it on there. And then I would peel the transfer sheet back. So perfectly put on there. Now I'm just going to put my transfer sheet back onto my, whatever you call that. And you want to keep your transfer sheet as long as possible. You don't have to throw away with each use. So I'm going to cut the majority of this extra vinyl off so I can save it. Then we are going to weed this out same exact way. So you weed away whatever it is that you do not want. So now we're just going to peel the backing off, just like that. And now you could even layer that if you wanted to. And so sometimes when you pull that transfer, you want to push it down with the scraper and pull it back at the same time so it doesn't lift. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the glitter, the regular glitter. When I say regular, I just mean it's not iron on. You will weed it the same way. So I want to show you how using the regular transfer sheet does not work. or very minimal sticking. Nothing, just nothing. So that is where the strong bond transfer tape comes in, or strong grip. I don't know why I keep saying bond. So see how strong that grip is? Okay. Put that off to the side. Same thing with our permanent glitter. Now let's see how glitter on glitter layers. And it layers just as well as regular vinyl on regular vinyl. I read somewhere that glitter vinyl doesn't layer on top of glitter vinyl, or doesn't stick to glitter vinyl or something like that. And that is not true, my friend. I mean, it may, I'm gonna say it's not true, but there may have been an incident with certain type of glitter, maybe. I'm not for sure, but I've never had an issue with laying glitter on glitter. Alright, so now we are doing the heat transfer vinyl. And I have a little blanket that I'm going to use here. So now with this, we're going to turn it over backwards, and we're going to work from the back. So we're going to weed. Same thing, weed away the part you do not want. Put off to the side. And then now you're going to turn it back over and stick the image to your material. I think I'm going to open this up. And I have this little baby iron on here, and I'm just going to iron it on. But you would just take your heat press. I actually have a heat press, but I just didn't feel like doing all that. But you would take your heat press, put it inside the heat press, and press it down. Now this baby iron-on I use when I put like words and stuff like that on shoes, or when I'm working on book bags. I don't actually use this for shirts and materials outside of shoes and book bags. So this is actually my first time doing it like this, but anyways, you would just press it with your iron on. You could kind of tell when it's going into, with the iron you can kind of tell when it's going into the image, or into the fabric, I'm sorry. And that is that. So now it is on the blanket. And then for every reason, if you wanted to go back over it for some reason, like maybe some of it came up or something like that, you can just put the transfer paper over it and iron over it again, or press down on it again with the heat press. Alright, so with this one we had that weird cut, so hopefully it weeds with no issue. The weeding is all the same. You weed away what you do not want. Alright, so you're turning it over and we're going to iron on this way. Actually, I'm going to, if you're going to layer heat transfer on heat transfer, you want to make sure the first layer is still covered with a transfer sheet, just so you don't put that straight heat on there and melt that vinyl. Now this iron I got from Amazon, and of course I will leave all the links possible below. Alright, and so now that is that, and then I was layered on top. So now you have these transfer sheets from the HTV vinyl. So if you want, you can actually keep these. So like for the regular HTV, the transfer sheet, there's no glitter or nothing like that on. So I actually keep these for instance, things like this, my smaller decals, stuff like that. You can use this as transfer sheet, same way you use this actual transfer tape. You can use this transfer tape for your regular vinyl as well. My glitter, I usually do just throw them away, but I won't say you can or you can't use them, only because I never have used them. But I would imagine that you could use them, and I would use them for my glitter vinyl if you were going to keep them. But me personally, I do not keep the glitter transfer tape from the I don't keep the transfer tape from the glitter HTV. So that is that, you guys. I just wanted to show you a real basic introduction to vinyl. In my next videos, I will go over in details each type of vinyl and different things you can make with each vinyl. Alright guys, so that was the video. Like I said, very basic introduction to vinyl, but there's some very vital information in there, so I hope you wrote it down in a notebook or wrote it down so you can hang it up on your wall, because like I said, you're going to need that information every single time you do a project until it is just embedded into your brain, which it will be after so long. But yeah, so I hope you took away something from this lesson. I hope you learned something new. And as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channels, both channels. And until next time, guys, please stay safe and stay blessed.